I have an extra special video for you today. I am playing War Yards, a 1 vs 1 multiplayer shooter that's set in the Wild West. But I'm not just playing against anybody, I'm playing against the game developer himself. So it gives me a chance to ask a bunch of questions about the game and any upcoming developments. This game is currently available for free on SideQuest and for PCVR via Steam. I'll leave links for the game and the Discord channel in the description below. Today we're going to take a look at War Yards. This is a free game currently on SideQuest. I'm here with Rob, the developer of the game. We're going to be playing against each other. Rob, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Perfect. Well, firstly, big congratulations on the game. I know it's been quite popular on SideQuest. I've seen that, I think you released it in September, and already it's got about 6,000 downloads and almost 5 stars from about 20 plus reviews. So well done. Were you expecting such a good reception?
Yeah, I mean, I had never released a game on SideQuest before, so, it was kind of hard to anticipate the kind of reception it would get. But I've been thrilled with it so far. It's on Steam as well, so between the two of them, I've been very happy with the number of users. I think we have almost 6,000, like you said, on SideQuest, and then another few thousand on Steam as well. So in just about a month now that it's been out, so I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah,
well, great. It's like I said, it's only been out recently. It came out, and it's really taken off. So that's really good to see. What I was thinking, if you want to, maybe we can jump into a game, and as we go through, you can explain some of the mechanics and features, if you like.
Absolutely, that's the best way to do it. The core game mechanic is it's bullet time, but with a multiplayer twist on it. So I know in the past games that have done bullet time and multiplayer, they do like a kind of bubble type of thing where the bullet time's only within a certain radius of their character. And I wanted to do it a little bit differently, to do something that felt more natural. So basically, it's only 1v1 right now. But that allows me to create a system where you control the speed of your opponent's bullets. So if you go into bullet time, basically all of my bullets, anything I throw at you, that stuff will be in slow motion, and vice versa. So it's not like just a certain area or something that's bullet time. It's anything that you are throwing towards me.
Okay.
So but the let's go ahead.
So should we try that out now? So I pressed bullet time here, and you can fire at me. So.
And so you can then when in bullet time you can dodge the bullets, and then you can control when they go back into full speed at any time. So if I shoot you and the bullet's in the air and you want to go back into full time, well, that bullet's going to hit you right away because it's going to go back to being as fast as a bullet, obviously.
Gotcha.
So
and I can't.
It creates some situations. Oh. Yeah, so I was just about to get to the next point, which is while you're in bullet time, there's no restrictions on how long you can be in bullet time or how many times you can activate it. Instead, when you have it active, you can't grab new guns and you can't move using like the in-game locomotion. So if you're in bullet time mode, you're stuck with the guns that you're holding already and with your rune skill movement. So it leads to some situations where basically you can pick up guns. You got 12 rounds. You go into bullet time, and once you've exhausted those and you got a bunch of bullets flying at you, you're kind of you really have to kind of twist your body and stuff to try and avoid those bullets, because if you go back into full speed, they're gonna kill you right away. So
yeah, like that. Yeah, well, so it adds a bit.
Exactly.
It makes things quite strategic, I'd imagine. There's pros and cons of going into bullet time or coming out.
Exactly. So if you just use it like wildly, it's not going to help you very much. In fact, it's going to be a detriment to you. But if you know what you're doing and use it at just the right time, it gives you a serious advantage. Especially if you use it, along with cover wisely, you can really, make it difficult for your opponent to get you.
Yeah, just peeking out. You're doing that right now.
Yeah.
So with this type of game, have you had experience developing VR titles before? Is this your first one?
I've developed a few other like smaller titles, but this is my first title, so there were definitely some unique challenges with that. But I really wanted to build something that could provide some kind of unique multiplayer experience in VR, and I thought this was the perfect concept for it.
I can see, it's already so much fun already. Just doing this ducking behind cover and moving around, the bullet time as well. And I love, I know it's a small thing, but the puffs of smoke when your bullet lands. It's a really nice little touch, that. So in terms of
oh no, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, in terms of War Yards, what was your sort of inspiration? Where did the idea come from?
Well, the idea for the concept, like the core gameplay mechanic, the bullet time, I would probably came from playing Superhot and thinking, this is a really cool system of, having these bullets come at you, and, you really have to, I would find myself on the floor and all over the place trying to dodge them. I thought if this could be, kind of ported to a multiplayer setting, that would be a lot of fun. So, I started to come up with the concept just based on that, and then the Wild West setting and all that stuff kind of fell into place around that. I just figured it was good, it was a good setting and theme for this kind of thing, especially a one-on-one duel. This old Western duel is kind of what comes to mind, or anything one-on-one.
Yeah, that's what's it, high noon, drawing guns at high noon and that sort of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're in a new map now. What map is this one?
So this is actually the newest map. This one just came out last week, and I haven't really given the maps names yet. I'm kind of still just playing around, but I just refer to this one as like the mine, because it's a an old west style type mine, and like I said, it's the newest one. So the game only launched with 3, and then this one came out last week, and it's a little bit different than the other ones. It's mostly outdoors, obviously, and then it has this large open shaft area in the middle with these tracks that you can run up and down, and makes for some unique strategies.
Yeah, it's very different to the other one, which is great. Adds a nice bit of variety. When you're hiding somewhere, there you are. I have a feeling you're going very easy on me at the moment, so thank you for that.
Yeah, well, it's you would think that I'd be pretty good considering I made it, but we have some players that I can barely compete with. So here is the third map, which is basically like a Spanish-style fort.
Mm-hmm. Do you know?
This is. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say, this map's a little bit different from the others, just that it's a bit larger and more open.
Mm-hmm. And this actually, I had a question about the art style, because this map in particular reminds me of, and I'm probably showing my age here, but do you know that game Time Splitters?
Yes.
Yes, it had a Western style stages, I think, and it reminds me a lot of that, and I'm a fan of this art style because it's quite bold, vibrant colours, everything stands out. What was the inspiration behind this type of art style?
I'm glad you mentioned Time Splitters, because that was a game that I loved as a kid, and I didn't necessarily intentionally go for that art style, but I think it was just kind of just a style that I kind of gravitated towards. And especially if you look at the bots, when you're not playing against an opponent, you really get a very much a Time Splitters vibe from them. But part of the reason why I went with this kind of art style was that it's the easiest to really make run well and look good on all platforms. So I know you see some Quest games that no really realistic look, and they can't really have the texture resolution or polygons to achieve it, and it comes off looking I would say cheaper than if you just went for a more simplistic art style. So I figured because the game is cross-platform, a simple style like this, it's able to run well on the Quest, and also look good on a higher end platform that could handle more, but it's still the same artwork. So
yeah, and that's I guess that's definitely the most important thing, performance. You know, you can have the best looking graphics, but then if it's choppy and poor performance, then it sort of doesn't really matter, does it really, if you can't play the game?
Definitely, especially in VR too, because, you know, if you have a really poorly performing game, it's going to lead to, like, you know, motion sickness and nausea and that kind of stuff. So
absolutely. So what are your future plans for this game? Do you have some things coming up? So I've already seen the latest update where you're able to fight against AI bots before the round begins.
Yeah, so that's the newest update. That's something that I didn't necessarily intend on adding into this. This is really still, I was calling this like a multiplayer beta. So I didn't necessarily intend to add that, but so many players were asking for it, especially since, you know, the game is just getting started, and even though we have a good amount of players, considering how long it's been out, it can still, depending on the time of day and the region that you're in, it can take a little while to find a match. So definitely adding those bots was probably the number one feature request that I was getting. You know, I decided to add that in for now, and then down the line, though, I do plan to incorporate a pretty substantial single-player component into the game. So, you know, this 1v1 versus mode will still be in the final game, but you know, the more substantial aspect will be a single-player and co-op campaign mode where you can, you know, go on bounty missions, that kind of thing.
That sounds exciting. I would very much like a single player of this as well. I mean, I love the multiplayer, but to have a single player version as well would be fantastic. Are you? When do you expect that to be? What's your timeline on that?
I would say I would hope to have that released. I mean, part of it depends on, you know, I would love to be on the official Quest store, obviously. So I would need to, you know, get approval for that first, which is part of the reason why I'm doing this beta, is to, you know, build a following, get feedback, and really refine the game so that it's ready for that. But I would say probably early next year, to mid next year maybe. I think the most important thing that they're looking for, more so than content even, is just like a following and you know, good feedback from side players mostly. I know they also recommend that you release on the Oculus Rift, on the store on there, which I have a submission in. They're just kind of behind on the approvals for that. But you know, I think the player base and the following, you know, if you have, I don't know, I mean, some of the games that we just mentioned have probably 10,000 or more players. You know, that's definitely going to give you a, you know, big advantage in terms of getting approval.
Yeah, absolutely. So having a large player base and reviews on side quests are going to help that. So everyone listening or watching this video from my channel, just remember, if you play this game and you like it, do drop a review on side quest, because this is going to help this become a fully fledged Oculus Quest store product. So make sure you do leave a review, because it is massively helpful for not only other players but the developers themselves. So
yeah, absolutely. And also, you know, aside from just the approval process, you know, the more reviews and things like that, the more players come on board, and then, you know, the easier it is to find a match, and you know, the more active the game is as well.
Absolutely, it's very important in a multiplayer game like this. So Rob, we might wrap it up there, but is there anything else you'd like to add? I'll give you the last words. Anything else you'd like to finish off on?
No, I mean, I think, you know, one thing that I do like to emphasize, and going back to the player base point that I was just bringing up, is, you know, I think the game cross-platform was something that was really important for me, especially because with VR multiplayer games, you do often have a problem because the VR player base is, you know, a lot smaller than regular, say, PC or console player base. You do usually run into the problem not having enough players to really keep a healthy community going, and to have definitely be, found. So making the game cross-platform and accessible to everyone, that was one of my main goals in terms of building a game that, it's easy to hop on and find a match in a few minutes, especially with the 1v1 concept as well. You only need one other person playing, and if they could be on Steam, on the Oculus Rift, on Quest, and hopefully on PlayStation VR as well, that should be a lot easier than if you're just locked into one or two of those platforms.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, that all sounds great, and I'm really looking forward to those future updates. As it is, I love this game. It's one of those games that, like those other popular titles like Pavlov or Crisis Brigade, you're like, I can't believe this is free. So thank you so much for making it available for everyone to enjoy. I really do wish you all the best with the Oculus Store application. I think they would be crazy to knock this one back. And all the best, Rob, and we'll leave it there. So thanks everyone for watching. I'll make sure you hit that subscribe button and the like button, the notification bell to be kept up to date with the latest content, and I'll catch you next time.